Are you ready? You start? Go ahead.
I call to order the October 28th, 2024 special meeting of Whittier City Council at 6 minutes after 6. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So, before we begin tonight's meeting, note that digital copies of tonight's meeting packet are available on our website, and it is not available on YouTube. Roll call, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Shen?
Here.
Mr. Wagner?
Here.
Mr. McCulto?
Here.
Mr. Pinkush?
Here.
Mr. Denmark?
Here.
Mr. Dickinson? Absent. Mr. Mayor?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Okay, so citizens' comments on any agenda item, except for those items scheduled for public hearing.
No one signed in. No one is signed in.
Okay, I'd ask for a motion for approval of tonight's special agenda. Second. No discussion? Please call the roll.
Voting on the motion to approve tonight's special agenda, Mr. Wagner?
Yes.
Mr. McCulto?
Yes.
Mr. Shen?
Yes.
Mr. Pinkush?
Yes.
Mr. Denmark?
Yes.
Mr. Blair?
Yes.
The motion to approve tonight's special agenda is passed.
Okay, I didn't realize council comments were coming up this quick. Do we have any council members with council comments or / discussion? Okay. Okay. I would like to request a report from our city attorney on the number of hours they have spent per title on rewriting titles 12 and 17 since the code rewrite process, and have that put on the agenda for them to report. And then on the November agenda, I'm pretty sure we have some vacancies coming up on council committees. So I would like to have the appointment of council committees on the agenda. I would like to ask council for permission to contact Corvus, the people that are performing the economic development plan. I would like to hear alternatives to the basically the administration picking members of the community for the advisory committee. I think it would be anyway, I want to have it, my plan is that I would like to have it in a format such that the planning and zoning and/or if planning and zoning doesn't choose to use that information, that council at their discretion may add that to the comprehensive plan. It's a very expensive study, and we have an obsolete comprehensive plan. So anyway, I'd like to hear ideas from them, and I'd like council to, if you have any comments on that or reservations about me talking to them.
Can I ask a question?
Mayor Blair, are you asking for this to be put under discussion items for your November 19th meeting?
No,
Or are you asking to have that approval for this evening?
I'd like to have approval and/or, basically council to weigh in their concerns. I don't like the format that was put forward, and I'm pretty sure they've done this several times, so there's multiple options, and I want to hear what those options are. Riker?
Mr. Mayor, I would respectfully ask that this gets postponed because I think a lot of people didn't show up tonight thinking that this was just an executive session to deal with.
Sir, could you speak up just a little bit louder? I can't quite hear you.
I would respectfully ask that this gets postponed until another meeting so we can give proper notice to the community. I think it's important that they're involved.
This is a council agenda item. I mean, it's council discussion, so, okay. What is your reservation? Why are you trying to postpone it?
I'm just saying, I think a lot of that we're empty here because everyone thought this was just an executive session to deal with the railroad land transfer.
All right, then let's put it on the agenda. I think the administration, the only reason why I was trying to move forward is out of respect for the administration. They seem to convey that there was some type of urgency. And I don't feel that I have enough information, and I don't feel, it's community money. So I'd like to make sure that we do this in a public format. So if you're not comfortable having me talk to Corvus, then we can put it on the agenda.
I'm not sure what we're even talking about here. I didn't know this was
Sorry, Tom. Corvus is the company that we have contracted for the economic development plan, and I think it's like 80 grand or something like that. And I want to make sure that we get as much use out of this development plan as we can. And to do that, I'd like to know what their suggestions are on that. It's within our purview when that comprehensive plan is presented to us by whoever does the comprehensive plan. It's within council's purview to add a portion and/or all of this development plan to the comprehensive plan, rather than pay again to do another development plan.
I might be able to help a little bit. I might be able to help just a little bit for some clarification. So I understand that this is the waterfront development and economic plan that you're talking about. Mayor and council, this was Corvus's suggestion to have that committee that way. I am more than happy to add to your November 19th meeting discussion item and possibly even have a member from Corvus be able to call in so that you can ask those questions and then maybe go from there, if that would help.
That's great.
Okay, we'll add that to the agenda then.
Anyway, I'm a little rusty at this mayor thing, and I want to ask council and the administration to, help me. If I'm a little rough on the edges, bring it up, allow me, or make some suggestions on how for me to rephrase it, so that I think Peter has looked at a number of my things, and one of his observations is that sometimes I put, I feel it's unintentional, but a little bit of sarcastic spin, and that's not my intention. My intention is for us to work together for the best outcome for this community. So try and keep that in mind. Anyway, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to work with our great administrative team, and let's. I would encourage us all to stay focused on the goal, not on the. I'm definitely not. My intent is not to be a perfect mayor, so I'm just going to try really hard. So sometimes, in the enthusiasm, I may state things incorrectly and take the opportunity to have you restate it. I basically feel that strongly that there's some information that needs to be discussed. I'm almost done, Victor. Okay, I'm done. Go ahead, Victor.
Do you have concerns about the request on the hours of the title? We're in the middle of budget season right now. We can hold off on that. Well, not season, but putting the budget together, our first biannual budget. And the asking administration to go and
Well, I think it's
for
important.
additional hours of their title. If we can, I think we hold off on that for meeting two.
We have,
This.
we spent a ton of money on that, and I'd like to see, basically there was something that I read on the plane, something about so many hours spent on one line item, and then there was 138 items, 138 hours that were essentially outlined as general. And I suspect within that 138 is the number of hours. Anyway, this is a report that the attorneys can generate. This is not something that would be, I understand your concern about the budget and Chris's time, but this is something I would ask for the attorney to present. And the reason why it's important is we are making decisions regarding the budget, and the previous year, we pretty much we had no boundaries on the number of hours that were being spent per title. And I'd like to have some type of perspective of where we are, and I don't know.
In that quote that they gave us an estimate of cost and time they would need on each title. They broke it down line by line, and another concern of mine is we're piling more tasks on them. Now we're going to go back and ask them to spend more time, more money to dig this up. And my here is you're asking administration to ask. We're looking at administration time as well, so it's not just the attorneys, it's our administration time.
Okay.
So that's what I'm hearing.
So
And I would say maybe hold off on it and maybe something.
I'm not understanding where the administration's time is going to come in on this. This is just, they have invoiced us for however many hours they spent on Title 12 and Title 17. Anyway, I think it's the purview of each council member to ask for a report. And I think it's important. I'd like to know that answer. Jackie?
Mayor and Mr. Shen, I might be able to even help with that prior to your November 11th meeting. Our last quarterly report that we did receive from the attorneys did break down the titles. As far as Title 17, there was a couple hours, but I would gladly send you that quarterly report, which does take a large amount of hours from your legal team, but they did provide that. I think it was 3 meetings ago, so I can resend that if that would help.
That's perfect. Moving up, are there any other council comments?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I would just to your comments, I think having Corvus at the next meeting is the best option, just so we can have a discussion with all the council, so we're all on the same page. I think that's the best option there. And it's the question you have for asking attorneys for the hours for specific work. I think we already have that. As Jackie said, I think it's already available. We just haven't seen it in detail, but I think that's how they built it. So it should be very simple to get that information, and it's appropriate to have it for the budget workshops to see how much we're spending that we could avoid if we need to by not hitting titles for a while, but we need to cut back on spending.
Yeah, so Dave, Jackie's going to put the economic development on the agenda and have Corvus call in,
Yep.
allow each council member to weigh in or have
Yep.
questions.
Yep, I understand. I'm just saying I support that method. I think that's the best option for us. That's all.
Okay, so moving on to citizens' discussion.
No one is signed in.
And I see nobody in the audience. Council administration response to citizens, they've been quiet. I ask for a motion to go into executive session as per Whittier Municipal Code. I belong to too many words. 2.08.04B1, matters that if immediately disclosed would tend to adversely affect the finances of the city. May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Blair, or Mr. Mayor, if I may, also make sure that we say to discuss Alaska Railroad.
To discuss Alaska Railroad land exchange.
Thank you, just for the record.
I'll second.
Hearing no discussion?
Voting on the motion to enter into executive session to discuss the Alaska Railroad land exchange as per Whittier Municipal Code 2.08.040B1. Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
Mr. McAlto.
Yes.
Mr. Pinkush.
Yes.
Mr. Denmark.
Yes.
Mr. Shen.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
That motion is passed and approved at 6:26 p.m. Who would you like to stay? For the record, could you state who you would like to invite into the executive session with the council?
Yes, all the members of the administration currently present, please.
But not Winfluence? Did you want Winfluence to stay as well?
Sorry. Everybody at the table.
And for the record, that is Assistant City or Acting City Manager, City Clerk, Finance Director, and then the representatives from Winfluence. Thank you. A motion has been made and seconded, made by Mr. Wagner, seconded by Mr. McAlto to exit executive session. Voting on, if there's no further discussion, voting on the motion to exit executive session, Mr. Wagner,
Yes.
Mr. McAlto,
Yes.
Mr. Pinkett, Mr. Shen,
Yes.
Mr. Denmark,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
That motion is passed and approved at 8:50 p.m. Was there a motion to direct administration to bring forward the resolution regarding the memorandum of understanding for the Alaska Railroad land exchange at the November regular meeting?
I'll make that motion.
I'll say.
Renner seconded.
Do we have discussion? Hearing none? Or
Sure. Voting on the motion to direct administration to bring forward the resolution regarding the memorandum of understanding for the Alaska Railroad land exchange at the November regular meeting. Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
Mr. McAlto.
Yes.
Mr. Shen.
Yes.
Mr. Denmark.
No.
Mr. Mayor.
no.
The motion fails 3-2.
Okay, so now what happens?
The resolution does not get brought forward and the MOU stays dead
For how long? Forever?
forever, never to be brought back forward unless another deal's done.
No. You gotta be kidding me.
What do you mean forever?
Well, we have no direction to move forward with an MOU, then we have no direction and to continue moving forward in the possible land purchase or sale. We don't know what direction, council has deemed not to bring anything forward, so administration needs to stop where they are.
Hang on. You guys are fucking killing me. Can I ask for a vote of reconsideration of just one fact?
Well,
You
it would be, need to come, a motion for reconsider would need to come from a council member that voted yes.
No, Mr. Denmark is correct. It would come from the prevailing party, which would have been the noes in this case.
Okay, I'll second.
Sorry, let me catch up. Okay, a motion has been made by Mr. Denmark and seconded by Mr. Mayor to reconsider the motion to direct administration to bring forward a resolution. This, just so that we're all on the same page, this motion just says, yes, you want to reconsider the previous motion. You're not voting on whether or not you would bring forward the resolution, if that makes sense. So you're only voting on the motion to reconsider at this time. Okay. Any discussion?
Pardon?
Did you want any discussion?
Yeah, is there any discussion? If not, then let's go for a vote.
Voting on the motion to reconsider the previous motion, Mr. Denmark.
Yes.
Mr. McAlto.
Yes.
Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
Mr. Shen.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
The motion to reconsider passes. So returning again to the motion to direct administration to bring forward the resolution regarding the memorandum of understanding for the Alaska Railroad land exchange at the November regular meeting. Just discussion at this time if you wanted to discuss it any further.
Do we need to bring this forward as a motion?
No, you've already voted to reconsider, so I believe you would just move to discussion at this point if you wanted
So it's
to
on the
continue. Yes, correct.
Do we have any discussion? Okay, hearing none?
Voting on the motion to direct administration to bring forward the resolution regarding the memorandum of understanding for the Alaska Railroad land exchange at the November regular meeting. Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
Mr. McAlto.
Yes.
Mr. Shen.
Yes.
Mr. Denmark.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
That motion passes.
Yeah, how we spot with a short form. That would have been stupid. Last time for a yes for me.
Mr. Mayor, would you like to adjourn the meeting?
Yes, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned at 8:55 p.m.
Sheree, anything going on with that Navy thought?